Very interesting. Hey, it's me, Ciscoe Morrison. Here's what's coming up on Gardening with Ciscoe. We talked to an expert on how to keep your dog from committing canine crimes in your garden. Find out why foliar spraying this stuff is a great way to give your trees, plants, and lawn an instant boost. Berries are in season, and here's a dessert that makes delicious use of them and involves using a torch. How cool is that? And meet a plant pick that's a real hottie. All this and a new nursery trend coming up now on Gardening with Ciscoe. Hi, I'm Ciscoe Morris.
And I'm Megan Black. Welcome to Gardening with Ciscoe.
We took an incredible ferry boat ride from Edmonds to Kingston to see this cool nursery called Savage Plants. Now, I haven't seen any plants with fangs yet, but there could be a man-eating plant anywhere. But we did see a new trend that's taking over in nurseries all over Washington.
And it's a trend that I honestly think we're going to like, and you probably will as well. But before we check that out, we're going to tell you how you, your garden, and your dogs can all get along, please. There's an Olympic Peninsula pet expert who has some great tips on how to create a dog-friendly garden that your dog, shall we say, will dig.
Does your dog commit criminal acts in your garden? Cheryl Smith may be able to help you save your plants and your relationship with your plant-wrecking pooch. In fact, follow the tips in her book, Dog-Friendly Gardens, Garden-Friendly Dogs, and your dog could actually help out with some of these gardening tasks.
Wow, thank you.
Cheryl wrote her book based on her own trial and error experiences.
As soon as I left home and had my own household, I got a dog. I bought a place to live and then I bought a dog. Very quickly, one after the other. And I've had dogs ever since. And my mom was a gardener, and I started putting in gardens and the dogs started taking them out. And I learned as I went along.
One of the things Cheryl learned is that certain breeds do certain things in the garden. Terriers are diggers.
The terriers are named from terra, which is Latin for earth, and it's because they were bred to go into the ground after vermin. So if you have a single vole in your yard and you have a terrier, you're going to have holes. That's what they were bred to do.
And herding dogs like Australian shepherds, they just tear all over the place.
And they like to run around in circles, as you probably noticed. So when we started moving plants around here, we actually designed a path into the landscape for them to circle the house without tearing up the garden. Diamond!
The key is compromise when it comes to gardening with dogs. For example, if you can't keep them out of the bed, make a path through it.
It was a little circle of boxwood here. Hi! And we made a path. Because the dogs, when they really get playing, they like to run around the entire house. And the boxwood was not faring really well. Now, they're very good about using the path.
Are your flower beds filled with dog-dug holes?
Nessie, here.
Find a place where it's okay for your dog to dig in.
Attaboy.
And give him some encouragement.
Good boy.
Does Fido floss with your flowers? Cheryl says to plant things that can handle canine crimes like roadies, heathers, and weeping trees.
Because if you think about it, the branches are really limber by the time they're down at dog level. So it doesn't matter if the dog runs through them, they just move out of the way.
But beware. Some popular plants are actually toxic to dogs. Puppies in particular are vulnerable.
Foxglove is popular in gardens here, and it is really highly toxic. And some of the actual bulbs, not the plants themselves, but the bulbs. We have more problems with mushrooms than anything else. Dogs eat mushrooms that just grow in the yard and end up at the vets.
Also, cocoa mulch can be deadly to dogs. It contains theobromine, the same ingredient that makes chocolate a poison for dogs. Whether you want your dog to help you out in the garden or simply stop destroying it, the key, according to Cheryl, is positive reinforcement.
Thank you.
And a bit of understanding. Because a dog's gotta do what a dog's gotta do.
It's just natural doggy behavior. It's your job to show them what's what out there. I know some people are really, really into their garden more than their dog. But life is compromise. And if you choose to have both, then really you should make a suitable compromise. You can have both. It takes a little work, and it takes a little understanding of how your dog is going to interact with your garden.
Cheryl Smith has a lot of books on training dogs. You can find them at rightdog.com.
Yeah, and I could use them too. Oh la la. Coming up next, from ailing trees to funky lawns, we've got a fix that's all organic.
Welcome back to Savage Plants Nursery here in Kingston, Cisco.
Oh.
Look at these orbs. I would love one, except it would consume my backyard.
Oh man, I could see one in Mary's side of the garden.
I love them. The color is spectacular. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Oh well, I'll dream in my next bigger house,
Don't
right?
put one in on a hill.
Well, that might not make it into my garden, but you know what does? Organic fertilizer and lots of compost. It does a garden good. But there's also something that is frequently overlooked that really benefits your plants.
Oh yeah, foliar spray. You know, when you soak the leaves with fertilizer or compost tea, it's absorbed 20 times faster than when you fertilize, and it's a great way to get trace minerals into the plant. Hendrika Schraven has his favorite foliar spray. We'll show you. If you've got a brown lawn, a tree that needs help, or want veggie starts with maximum nutritional value, consider a foliar spray with liquid humates.
This comes from a above ground combination of hundreds and thousands of years of organic matter that has reached the stage of humate, that what it does for the plant, with the plant, for your soil is amazing. That's why we call it Humagic.
The blueberry plants on the right were sprayed with liquid Humagic.
It strengthens the stem cells of the plants. It helps it absorb more of the nutrients. It helps it defend itself against pollutants.
The difference in leaf growth and root growth is pronounced.
I think humates are underestimated and should be used more often, especially in our urban environments where we deal a lot with pollution, where we deal a lot with overspray from your neighbors or things like that, where your soils might get depleted. And what I want to do is make sure that everybody knows how simple it is to use this. So it's 2 tablespoons for a gallon, 2 glugs, as we call it. And what I suggest doing is putting it in the bottle first, so as you put the water in, it helps to stir it up, yeah? So, and of course, pump it up, lock it in, and we're ready to spray. Now this tree, for instance, can definitely use some of this. This red maple has some fungus issues, so it could really use this catalyst to heal itself up. Make sure you cover the leaves. If it drips, it's only better, because that way it goes also right into the soil. And don't panic, it's organic. See, right now I'm getting some of that fog on my head, so that makes my hair grow. That's why it's so long.
You can use a small hand sprayer too, and just a half teaspoon will do ya.
So basically, you know, small starts for your veggie garden, your pots, anything like that, the house plants, like I said, this is great. It's magic in a bottle.
And Humagic is safe to use on edible greens.
Ooh, baby. That's gonna go over well. Go do your thing.
Thanks, dear.
All right, you're welcome.
If your lawn needs help, use a hose end sprayer. This time the entire bottle goes in, and you adjust the ratio of water to Humagic with a dial. 1 ounce per gallon is about right.
Then we basically hook it up to our hose.
Here's some good news for us dog owners.
And for Cisco, for your dogs, awesome. Those brown spots on your lawn, this can fix it.
Couple more things you need to know. Make sure the lawn you're spraying liquid Humagic on is well watered so it won't just run off and get wasted. And the best time to do any foliar spraying, morning or late afternoon.
And also make sure that you don't spray in the middle of the day, because the pores of these plants are going to close when it's really hot to hold their own moisture.
So if you think the only thing that can save your landscape is a bit of magic, you may be right. A bit of natural magic applied properly may do the trick. Okay, Megan, a little side note
Yes?
here. Liquid Humagic does not stink to high heaven like fish fertilizer. Oh, la, la.
Must have been your voodoo lily the last time we were there, huh? If you would like information on how to get a hold of it, head off to king5.com. Up next, why do you have a blowtorch?
It's delicious and it involves locally grown berries.
Welcome back to Gardening with Ciscoe from Savage Plants Nursery here in Kingston. So I hear you got to cook up a little creme brulee with Linvia.
Yeah, you know, I used to think propane torches were just to burn weeds. Oh, mama, was I wrong. So, Lynn, look at all this stuff. What are we fixing up here?
Probably one of my favorite summertime desserts, creme brulee.
Creme brulee? Oh, la la, you're kidding me. Oh, man. Oh, poor Megan. How did I get so lucky? Can you tell I kind of like it?
I was going to say, let me guess. I love you, Ciscoe.
Oh,
That is so fun. Okay,
oh,
let's do it then, huh?
Oh,
All
let's
right,
do it.
okay.
Oh, boy.
And we've got about 10 egg yolks and about 2.5 cups of cream. And when you're stirring these together, the key to this is don't whip it too much because you don't want there to be a whole bunch of little air bubbles on top of your custard.
okay.
So, and then we're just going to stir in this sugar,
How much sugar did you put in?
about half a cup.
cup.
And then some vanilla. And you can use like a scraped vanilla bean in there instead of vanilla extract,
Ooh, that
whatever you
smells
prefer.
so good.
And you know, and you can add a little lemon zest to this if you like, or a little Cointreau or Grand Marnier, all kinds of things. So now we're just going to run this through a strainer to get all those little eggy bits, you know, and if we got any shell in there or whatever when we were separating the eggs. That goes very quickly, and that's done, and that's our custard. For today, I was kind of feeling this deep red color, you know, so I did some plums and some raspberries, okay?
yeah.
So would you help me finish those 2 cups up? Just
okay.
sprinkle a little bit. You don't need a
right.
ton of fruit because when you bite into this, you just want a little, you know, a little burst of fruit, and then you can garnish it with more fresh fruit later too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Okay, so then what we're going to do is take our, and the reason I strained it into this, just so it pours nicely, and we're going to fill it just
it's so
up to that little
creamy.
crack. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah. And see how those raspberries are floating?
Yeah.
I think I have a job for you.
Oh, all right,
You-
I'm ready.
You need to just plunge them so that they sink into the
Down
custard.
you go,
Yes.
Charlie. Ah,
Okay, cool. And then what we're going to do is surround these with a little hot water, because the reason you do that, you don't want them to brown or get too hot around the edges, or the custard tends to curdle sometimes. You want the custard to cook very, very gently. And so, you know, maybe 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch. It depends on how tall, about halfway up your custard cups. Okay, and then we're going to just tuck those in the oven.
oh, that's easy.
Isn't that fun?
boy,
I know,
that's
I know.
easy.
Okay. Okay, here we go.
Fine, we. Oh, my
Okay,
gosh.
like we discussed, you know, we bake them and then we let them chill really, really well through. Okay, and I love the way the fruit kind of, you know.
Me
jumps
too.
to the
I did a
top.
good job of pushing
Yes,
those
you
down.
did. You were a star. So this is a little bit of super fine sugar, and we're going to sprinkle that on top.
all right.
So do you remember how to work that, guy?
so.
Yep.
Yeah, here
You
we
got
go.
it. Yeah.
All right.
And just have at it.
So right down
Yeah,
there.
just right down on there. You're
yeah, I see
actually
it
touching
bubbling
the.
up.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
And work in sections. Like
Oh,
do
do a
a
section
do a
at a
little
time.
section and then move on to the next. So get a nice deep, you know.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
that's
Oh, now
working
I'm getting
great.
That little caramelized.
Looks good. Oh my God, my mouth is watering.
Oh.
I can't
Oh,
wait.
man, this is taking too long.
And then
Okay.
literally, because these are chilled, that caramel sets up really, really quickly, and they're ready to go. You know.
Oh, like
so
right now?
yeah, like right now. Yeah.
Oh.
All right. So what I'm going to do little plum slices.
So nice.
And a couple of little raspberries. A little bloom of lavender on there.
It's not
It's
too
summer.
pretty to eat, but almost.
You've got spoons over there. Would you
okay.
please hand me a spoon?
Oh, boy.
Okay. All right, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Love that crunch. See, is that brilliant? I beat
Boy, oh
him.
boy, oh boy.
I'm going to cry.
Oh, it's gone! Oh, man.
I love you, Cisco.
Oh, thanks for making my favorite thing anywhere. Oh, man, I better keep one of these for Megan, because
Yeah.
otherwise I'm in big trouble.
She'll kill
So
us, I
that
know.
means there's 7 for
love
me,
you, Megan.
1 for you, and 1 for
Okay,
Megan.
all right. I like your math.
Oh, la la.
I'm going back in.
You know, Megan, even though the torch was so much fun, you can melt the sugar on those creme brulees by just sticking them under the broiler. But don't forget to keep an eye on them. You can burn the tweedle out of them.
What is this? Lynn turning you into a cook?
You betcha.
Oh, the tips are going to rub off. If you'd like the recipe, head off to king5.com. Up next, we've got a cool plant pick with a hot name. Meet hot papaya. Welcome back to Gardening with Ciscoe from Savage Plants Nursery here in Kingston. What the heck are you doing?
Doesn't this make you think of this week's plant pick?
Hot papaya?
Anybody that sees it just breaks into a rumba.
Hot papaya!
Oh man, people break into a samba when they walk by my house.
I love it. So this is a coneflower.
Yeah.
And you say it is a gorgeous thing. Not only do you have a good picture of it, but you actually have the real deal
I've
in
got
your
the real deal, and
garden.
people walk by and they break into salsa dances.
So the only question I have for you is, if you already have one, how come I don't get this one?
Oh la la, sorry about that. I need
Doesn't-
2 of these. No
doesn't
way,
that
now you're
seem
not talking me
logical?
into that.
So what kind of conditions? Similar for any other kind?
Yeah, you
I'll
know,
take
they're
your
very
spade.
drought tolerant.
Okay.
And they're, hop right in there,
Wow.
Megan. Don't worry about a thing. There's just 12,000 really valuable plants in
yeah,
there.
well, that's what you get for. You get what you pay for, my friend.
All right. And you know, these plants, they're very drought tolerant. They love full sun. Woo, it's a little bit rooty, but not bad. I'm going to do the famous Cisco trick of cutting off some of the lowest roots so that it breaks free a little bit in there. There we go.
Do I need any fertilizer for this baby?
You know what? I like to fertilize perennials in the fall because this guy, you know, it's still going to bloom, but even more important is
Get it ready
that,
for next
it's
year.
going to grow some good roots. Yeah, a couple of handfuls, I think. It's a good organic
That one more.
perennial food. Yeah, you can't overdo it with organic. That's what I love about it. This is pretty deep, Megan, just so you know.
Okay.
Right? They keep coming up with these new coneflowers, but this is over the top.
Oh,
Man,
wow.
it is so showy.
Okay.
It's just the best thing. See, you're lucky. If that was in bloom, you'd be dancing right
I
now.
would.
It'd be really
and
hard.
embarrassing myself to death, I might add. So let's take another look at the one you got in bloom over there that you already have.
It's even fragrant, Megan.
No
what
way.
more can you ask for?
Hot papaya?
Hot papaya. Oh, man. And you better take your dancing lessons before you plant one of these. That's all I can tell you.
And you know what I really love, and you notice at this time of the year, as you get late into summer and into fall, the flowers that are still blooming,
Yeah.
they mean so much more than even those in the dead of summer.
Don't
you know what
they?
I mean?
Yep,
Yeah.
you really need
Carry
these
that
late
color.
bloomers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, boy, and butterflies love it, by the way.
Ooh.
Yeah, another
Red
benefit.
hot papaya.
Hot papaya.
Hot papaya, and it is a coneflower. Get out there and get yourself one,
Yeah.
or if you're a hog too.
You're not getting mine either.
So we promised to let you in on the trend that's going on nurseries around the area. Cisco, did you notice what I picked up with my Mondo grass? A little Merlot tasting room.
Yeah, you should have a chard with your shard.
So Savage Vine has a tasting room here. Dyram Hanley joins us now. How did you come up with this idea? Isn't it difficult enough, like with the whole nursery thing, to add the wine to it?
Well, it just seemed like a perfect partnership. I mean, when I garden at home, when I sit down and I'm done with the day, I like to sit down with a glass of wine and look at a job well done.
Hey, do your customers really like it? Does it add to the enjoyment of the shopping experience?
Sell
Yeah,
a few
worked
more
for me.
plants. How about that? What are the people saying about it?
It does add another element of fun to the nursery. I mean, we have the whole nursery displayed in little vignettes, and then we add this element, and gives people a chance to slow down, walk around, and just enjoy it themselves.
Do you have to become an expert in plants and wine now?
Oh yeah,
Darn, huh?
a little vitis vinifera, and there we go.
And what I like is
I
they have
love
local wineries. This one's out of Port Angeles, camaraderie. So you're kind of supporting the local economy, not with your plants and with your wines. Not bad at all.